My name is Kay, and a number of years ago my son attended the day school at the Dublin Academy of Education, and I'm the guidance counsellor in the Academy of Education now. I wasn't then. My son was introduced to the Dublin Academy by coming to grinds for certain subjects. He was just blown away by the quality of the content that he was getting, the way that it was taught, and how quickly he was assimilating it. And that's when he started selling it to us as an option of coming to the Academy full-time. So before we decided to send our son to the Academy, we had lots of questions, like, is there going to be a lot of pressure? Are they going to be looked after in there? And, will he be able to make new friends? So obviously in these situations, there's no guarantees. You have to, you're not really going to know until you actually try. But, having conversations with Dawn, who is the admissions director in the Academy, really alleviated my fears around whether they were going to be looked after or not. Like, I was very comforted that there was a nice team in there and that the students' well-being was a priority. Then when he did start, they had a lovely induction day where they just had some time that was class-free to get to know each other. They brought pizzas in. It was just a bit of fun. And, what actually happened was he kept his friends from his old school. They're still his buddies, but he has another set as well from the Dublin Academy. So he has good friends, just lots more of them now, which is fantastic. One of the things that I had heard before my son was talking about going to the Academy was that they did a lot of tests in the Academy, that they were tested very regularly in all their subjects. And as a mother and as a guidance counsellor, I was worried that that was going to put too much pressure on him. But what actually transpired was it had the opposite effect. What I found with him was that because there was regular tests, it encouraged in him a consistency of effort that maybe had been absent before, or certainly wasn't consistent. It was kind of more, 6 weeks of really hard work and then maybe not doing as much, whereas there was just this consistent, steady effort. And what I also found was when he did the tests, he got so used to doing tests that there was very little pressure when it came to mocks and, the actual exams. Once my son started, he settled in straight away. He found it really easy. He loved the structure. Straight away, you were in a situation where the emphasis was on just let's get the work done and then you can do what you need to do. And that suited him and he absolutely loved it. He buddied up straight away with a few people and maintained those friendships throughout. I think he met them on the first day. And I do find now that I work in the school that happens for an awful lot of people. It just seems to be the kind of environment when they're all starting together and they've all signed up for a change, that they're eager to make friends and make the 2 years that they have in the Academy the best years that they can have. He was wildly impressed with the teachers. He loved, first of all, the informality or the feeling of mentorship rather than hierarchy, that he was on a first name basis with his teachers and that they were so approachable. He really felt more than he had felt in his previous school, that he could ask the teachers anything and that they would be happy to answer or help him out. The thing that was the most remarkable was the difference in his grades. Now, it's a combination of everything that happens in the Academy. It's the teaching to the exam. It's the structure, the fact that they have study periods built into their timetable, and also the attitude that my son had when he started in the Academy. Like, he was definitely working much more efficiently and consistently than he had been in his previous school. But all of those things coming together just meant that his grades soared. We're talking about 100 points of a difference. Looking back on it now, even though we were very nervous at the time, we are so happy that we sent our son to the Academy. It probably was the best year that he had in senior cycle education, and he got where he needed to go out of it and made friends, still speaks fondly about his teachers, and is just delighted that he made the move. So if I was talking to another parent who was thinking of sending their son or daughter to the Academy, I would obviously tell them that we had a great experience, but really the advice would be go to an open evening, talk to Dawn, get a feel for the place and take it from there.